every day in New York City, there are 200 phones lost in taxi cabs. Every day. Now, if you take that as an annual number, that adds to about 170 devices lost a year just in New York City. So now, if you think of all the major cities around the world and how many devices get lost and potential threat of data in there that could be lost, it's a huge number that IT managers and directors have to worry about. So that's a huge concern. The mobile workforce is a very dynamic and growing workforce. Some of the statistics out there are phenomenal. There are even projections that there are going to be 50 billion devices by 2020, and the number of users are projected to be about 3 billion in about 2015. Now that simply means that the number of users don't really always add up to the devices, which again means to say that there are multiple devices per user. So as the younger generation comes to work, they really expect to bring their devices. I mean, if you tell them that you cannot bring a device that you're used to taking to their schools and colleges and tell them that they cannot bring it to work, they're not probably going to work for you. So we as a generation perhaps ahead of them need to make sure that there are strategies in place to make sure that you attract the talent that you need to drive your business. So Allstream actually rolled out BYOD in a sort of a limited manner. So we call it BYOD Lite. So we selected a certain number of users and provided them with the application. There's a client that runs on their devices that enables BYOD. We only gave access to limited set of applications like internet, email, contacts, etc. We did not roll out any other corporate applications to those devices. We are happy to say that we were fairly successful, but it took us a while to get it right because we had to engage a task force that included HR, IT for sure. We had the risk management team and a host of other people to make sure the communications was in place, and also to ensure that everything went fine, the rollout was okay. The first learning that came out of the rollout was that security is the biggest concern. As you can imagine, security would be the biggest concern for a device that is partially owned by somebody else and partially sort of running the corporate applications. Now, the second learning that we really would stress upon is that you should not roll it out as a across-the-board offer. You should limit it to take it in bite-sized chunks, if you will, so that you can make success of one group and then roll it out to the next one. Make sure the applications are limited and not everything at once type of thing. Those are the two key learnings I would suggest. And really, at the end of the day, it's not about cost savings. It is about productivity and efficiency.